Hello everyone, Professor Toybox here along with Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey, and we'd like to welcome you back to my Fantasia Toybox for another episode of Toybox Tutorials. Last time we began working on a new side quest for Mickey. While the magician was sleeping and Mickey was busy dealing with the broom crisis there in town, the demon Chernabog raided the castle, stole one of the magician's scrolls, and carried it back to his fortress over there on Bald Mountain. So Mickey needs to travel to Bald Mountain and recover the scroll. But that's a long distance away, and you either have to take the long road here up through the mountains to get there, or you have to go over and climb the cliffs below the fortress. So either way, Mickey could use some help getting there, and that brings us to our topic for today, mounts. Your characters need a way to get around the Toybox worlds that you create, and that's where vehicles and mounts come in. But we'll look at vehicles later because those don't really fit with the theme of this toy box, but mounts do. And so we'll come down here to our stables and go into the drawer, and there's a mounts drawer, and there's all kinds of different animals that you can ride. There's Star Wars animals, there's horses, elephants, there's mules, and alien horses, and all kinds of different things. I'm going to give Mickey this black Pinto here, and I'll drop him there. And from a gameplay standpoint, you can run up and hop on, and you can kind of walk around. You can run. Of course, you can jump. You can double jump. So there's all kinds of different things that you can do. And you can use mounts for races as well as transportation. But there's some things about mounts that maybe you didn't know. And so if I come into Spark mode, you'll notice the Y key is available there in the lower right. Mounts have a logic menu. And so we can open up the logic menu for this guy. And under properties, there's one property where you can set the team. So you can assign different mounts to different teams. And we haven't talked about teams yet, so I'm not going to talk about that in too much detail. But the new team connection basically does the same thing that property does. And then there's a new actor connection. So if we select that, and we run over here and find our townsperson, we have the same follower option that we've looked at before. We looked at that with enemies and townspeople and critters, and once again I have no idea what that does, especially when it comes to a mount, because once you leave the horse, he's basically going to stay here. He's not going to run around or try to move on his own. So yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. But you can also establish logic connections with the mounts, and there's 4 different trigger signals that he'll broadcast. Mounted when you climb on top of him, dismounted when you hop off. If you're going to sprint mode and you're running really fast, that'll trigger this signal. And if you jump, that'll trigger that one. So I thought it might be kind of fun to spice things up here a little bit in the castle and set this up so that when you mount the horse, maybe we'll generate some more brooms here in the castle. And so let's see, I think I left the enemy generator for the castle out over here. Yep. So we'll come over to our enemy wave generator and we'll generate the wave. So as soon as we climb on the horse, that's going to give you a little bit more opposition here in the castle. And while I'm right here, if I remember correctly, if we configure the wave, we only had 1 broom here in the castle. So let's go ahead and change that, and we'll put 4 different brooms in here. Yeah, maybe make it a little more interesting. We'll make it 5. That's a good maximum on my Wii U anyway for a single enemy wave generator. That won't bog things down too bad. So when Mickey sees the radar marker for the guard up there on the tower that needs the help, and he comes and runs into the castle through the door, that will generate 5 enemies now, and you'll battle those and make your way up to the top of the castle and talk to him. And then since we need to get over there, we'll hop back down here and come get a horse so we can get over to Bald Mountain. And as soon as we do and we climb on board to ride out of here, now we got more brooms to deal with. So that makes it a little bit more interesting here at the very start of the mission. So I think that covers everything you need to know about mounts. Now that Mickey has a horse, he can get to Bald Mountain a lot faster. Next time we'll see what happens when Mickey gets there. Getting that scroll back isn't going to be easy. We're going to spend a few weeks looking at some new toys that will help us build some defenses in Chernobog's fortress. Meanwhile, be sure to sign up on my blog or subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so you don't miss the next episode in this series or any of my other Disney Infinity projects. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.